Hey guys, it's Mark from Simpler Gardening and Kitchen. And guys, just want to give you an update. A few months ago, I posted videos, I believe in June, about my small garden here in southern Florida, exact in Miami. And I just want to see you a progress I made. That was my first year. I started growing some vegetables and different type of things on in the small pots, and I just want to see you show you the progress. So here from the bottom, guys, here I'm just growing some cilantro. It's finally November, so it's got a little bit cooler. So it's the best time to actually plant those herbs, since once I'm facing west and the sun is very brutal at the end of the day. So if you plant the herbs and if you're facing west in Florida, you might have to cover it up, give it some shade, because otherwise the sun's just gonna kill it. But here we got some cilantro. Here I showed you guys what I did. I cut the top of the pineapple and I just let it dry for 2 days, and then I put it in the soil. And guys, it's been really growing like crazy. I read some articles. It seems like you gotta wait 2 years before the pineapple comes out, but looks like I might have to replant this one in the bigger pot. But so far it's just doing amazing. The next one is I got some seeds from it's a red sweet pepper from Publix I purchased, and I got some seeds. Kids got some seeds out, and it's growing. Actually I just harvested a few of them, guys, and that's the last one that's left over. But it's doing very good. It's doing very, very good. Next one, guys, look at those tomatoes. And what happened is, here I just noticed actually yesterday, I was going for a weekend, but I do have a disease growing here that is actually killing all my tomatoes. All the tomato plants got attacked at the same time, and I believe this is mildew or something like that. And from my research, looks like you can actually fight it with neem oil that you can purchase anywhere pretty much on the internet, and mix it with some soap and spray it. But I'm just not gonna do it. This is my last tomatoes that are ripening right now, and I'm just gonna let them ripen a little bit, and that's it. I'm just gonna take this plant out of here. So these are sweet cherry tomatoes here. This plant is the same thing. It's growing like crazy. It's kind of falling down, but as you can guys see here, just beautiful sweet. I just had some, and it's just very sweet, very tomatoes. And look at the pot. I'm not sure if it's a gallon or 2 gallons. In my previous videos I showed you guys what type of fertilizers I used, what type of soil I used, the problems I had, especially with the Meyer lemon tree there in the corner, which we're gonna get there in a second. But it's been a challenge for me to kind of get learn. This is my first time I'm planting anything, so I had to learn about fertilizers, nitrogen, phosphate, calcium. But if you guys go back and watch my other videos, I explain all those things I use. So guys, here when you go to my video, I had 2 seeds of Hass avocados, and these are, I was holding them in the cup, and they finally grew roots, and I replanted them in those little pots here with this very well drained soil that I purchased, which is this one right here, potting mix by what is it, Kellogg, right? And it's got a lot of bark in it, and that's the soil I was looking at for something that's gonna have a lot of bark in it, and it's gonna have to improve my drainage. Because the problem I was having before, especially I was talking to this one company online, and they told me my biggest problem, especially with the Meyer tree, the problems I was having. I also have a video about this one. They said try to use clay pots instead of plastic pots, since the clay pots they let the air out, they let the moisture out, they are able to breathe, and you won't be if you overwater your plants or it's just raining too much, you won't drown your roots and cause like some kind of rot or disease. So this one's been pretty good. And when you guys look at my previous video, I just had a little in the plastic cups, 2 seeds. So this is the first one, and first one was from Mexico, the second one was from Peru, I believe. And this is the one from Peru, and this is the one from Mexico. From Mexico, I don't know if it got a little bit disease or something. It was doing very well, but looks like it's kind of this one's doing much better here. So guys, next one is, this is the medium size. I forgot the name. I showed you guys the seeds what I used, but these I actually planted them a little bit later. But like I said, what happened is the Dan disease is here, and I'm not sure. I might just spray it with the soap, see if that helps a little bit. But looks like these plants won't survive. This one I planted way after I planted the cherry ones, just to kind of mix them up, and so I can have tomatoes throughout the winter time. But looks like this one's not gonna make it. So this one is the same. This one is the same type, and the biggest one, guys, here. This one is probably around 7 foot. It pretty much it gets all the way out to it gets all the way to the balcony, but it's just producing the flowers, but the flowers just falling off, and it's just. And these are the Brandywine tomatoes, and it's just not good to grow them in the pots because it just takes so long for them to grow and gets the first flowers going. And it's just, I wouldn't recommend it. The best one, guys, if you really wanted those cherry tomatoes, any type, any kind, probably most likely, these will do it. These are growing very well in the pots. A lot of fruits, just everywhere. And if you like those, your kids like to pick them. I mean, my kids first time, they love to come here and just pick their own, tomatoes, and just it's a lot of fun for kids as well. Guys, here what I'm having is a Mayer lemon tree. I just changed my soil. Before I just had a regular, it wasn't even potting soil. It was just a combination of peat moss and regular garden soil, and it was just too thick. It was just getting very clogged up, and the water wasn't draining. And the best way to see, guys, if the water is draining, once you put a lot of water in your pot, if the water disappears right away, means you have a good drainage. And if the water just stands there and very slowly drains down, that means you might have some drainage problems. So, and you gotta do also research, see which plant, if you're growing like a citrus trees, or any type of plant, you might want to do some research and see what type of soil those things like. But this is my lemon tree. I had a lot of flowers before. This lemon tree actually lost almost all the leaves. I was just doing very bad due to it was a high pH level, where citrus trees, they like low pH level, and the drainage was terrible. So I just replanted it recently to this new soil. I'll just gonna show you. And here I have my apple. I have my apple tree that grows from the seed. That was a Gala organic apple. Kids got it going. We put it in the fridge for a little bit, and it's growing, guys, and it's doing great. So guys, this is it for tomatoes. Florida season is just starting. So what I'm gonna do once my tomatoes, once I pick all the tomatoes out, and I'm gonna replace this soil with this one, because this is, like I said, just a regular garden soil with the peat moss. And I'm gonna start planting more vegetables and give you guys progress. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll definitely post more videos. Thank you guys for watching.